not everything is that important. I mean,
Right.
you know, some things maybe are slavery in the United States, I think.
Right, that's why the extreme examples on the, you know, not a big deal extreme, you know, the small, not a big deal end of it is also important to talk about because it makes it clear where on the scale, on the continuum, you know, are things that you actually really give a shit about and things that, you know, get over it. Like,
Right.
someone
That's right.
disagrees with you.
You can just
Yeah.
agree to disagree
Right.
and walk away. And
Yeah,
that's
I'm
Yeah.
not sure that I'd advocate going to war over the issue of whether people should be allowed to cross the border
Right.
no matter
No,
what. I mean,
no, I
you
wouldn't
know,
think that would be a war. A reason to fight
so-
war. Should be, war is almost, never should be happening.
yeah, well,
Never.
as I said, slavery, you know,
Yeah, well, that
rises.
wouldn't even happen anymore in our
Yeah,
country.
well, maybe not, but, or, you know, you can imagine things, right? The point is that if something rises to the level that it is so egregiously, you know, opposed to basic values of decency, which is what egalitarianism is about, then there's no, you don't need to have a central government that requires people to obey it no matter what, to mount a force, because people are gonna mount a force
Right,
because
right,
they
naturally.
think it ought to be mounted, right?
Yeah, right.
And a militia, by the way, I discussed this online. A militia is a military of any kind. One of its principles is that it's disciplined. You obey orders, right?
Right.
In the Spanish Revolution, the anarchists had militias. First of all, the militias were voluntary.
Uh-huh.
So when you volunteered to be in the militia, you were agreeing willingly
Yeah.
to follow orders from the officers.
Oh, you were still, you're gonna follow,
Yeah.
you're gonna keep that structure for the
And secondly,
duration of
there are certain principles that were worked out by them that I think we learned from. All the officers were elected,
Oh,
so the people were obeying
They respected
orders
them.
from people whom they respected.
yeah, they're very,
And they were recallable. If people lost their respect, they could recall the officer. And the officers had no privileges, not even special insignia.
oh,
No privileges except that their orders should be
they were
followed.
the ones that,
Right. And the militia, of course, has to be, you know, how does it get its supplies, its material supplies? It gets